still have the Fiat Punto model 2010 for our timing belt and water pump. This is the correct kit for this car. It's a petrol engine, 1400 cc, 1200 cc, sorry. So the VKMC 02206 stripe 2 color. So what do we have inside the box? We have a water pump. Always check the shape before you begin. The condition state it's in. Yep, it's a good one. Sometimes they get thrown around and could be a break or a tear in the pump. Alright, so this is good. Yeah. Right, so we'll leave it out, of course. And before we begin, I would recommend buying this little tool for the tensioner. It's a Asta A stripe BT12. So A stripe X BT12. This is pretty handy, as we have the tensioner here, and you'll see we have a. I hope it fits. Yeah, it fits. I was planning on doing it without, just putting in the pliers, perhaps like this. We could maybe do it, but nah, wasn't too sure about it, so took the effort to buy this part right here on eBay. And as you can see, we can adjust the tension pretty easily with this, and we have to line up those two bad boys. So what else do we have here? Well, the sticker, of course, and the belt. Sticker is necessary, else it didn't happen, as you know. So we cannot forget this. I'll do it off camera. Up. Right there, so I don't forget it. And we have the belt. It's marked on the belt. 129 toots, and this is the width of the belt, 22 millimeters. So to show you I'm not messing around, 22 millimeters, as you can see, 129 toots. So also something that you can compare with your old belt, so you're sure it's the good one. And we have a line to align it with the camshaft and the crankshaft. So without any further ado, let's get started and give this to the paper boy. There we go. Whatever. Alrighty, so take off the wheel. We need a 17 millimeter socket. Not socket, socket. Yep, and let's begin, shall we? Yeah, it starts perfect. Come on. Yep. And there we go. Not wearing gloves today as it's pretty hot in the shop. Alrighty, nice brake disc installed, not filmed, sadly, didn't have time. Alright, so the wheel, we'll put it somewhere out of the way. Take off the plastic to get access to the crankshaft. So looks like we have a service compartment right here, and looks like Parker screws everywhere. Yep, let's get them off. Oh, might as well use this one. And there we go. This one. It's two. Yep. And there's probably something at the bottom. Let's check it out. And yes, one over here. So, and one over there, just behind, yeah, the plastic here. So we'll take it off with our socket wrench and poker bits. Just fits in there. Yep. Get some pressure on it. Oh. Have to use the righty-tighty, of course. Do want to take off the wheel well again. Just did the rear shocks. And there's a lot of debris in there. Oh, that's pretty stuck, corroded. No, it's not moving. I'm afraid we'll have to get it. Decided to move anyway, so good. We're semi-lucky today. All right, nice. So that's access to the crankshaft. Pretty good. Let's lay this over here for the time being. And let's support the engine and loosen up the engine mounts. So seems like there are 13mm bolts in there over here that we need to take off, but first we need to loosen up the belt. And to get to the belt, we gotta take off the engine mount of the right side. As you can see, yeah, we could take it off like this, but we need to take this one off anyway, so might as well do it. There we go. Nice time to check out the action of the engine mount, and it's still okay, so no need to change it for a new one. We will be working over here, so I'm gonna jack it up over there. Yep. So this is a steel oil pan, so we can support it right over here on a corner. That's a strong point. You can of course get yourself a bar and hold the engine from on top, or with a giraffe, whatever is good for you. Do it up. Oh, interference with the subframe. Yep. And there we go. Let's get it in position. Yep, and that's good for me, I think. Let's make sure we don't lift on the subframe. All right, there we go, there we go. Yep, that's pretty good for me. Yep, yep. Check the angles. Pretty good, pretty good. And now, as you can see, it's just on the edge. That's all we need. When you do it from on top, it's easier to drain the water and the water pump, of course. But I don't have it laying around right now. Also use this one, but it will interfere with air filter. We could take it off. And this works. This works. Most shops do it like this anyway. Voila, there we go. Now we can undo these bolts right over here and these ones. So what do we need? And they're pretty big. Let's try number 18. Number 18 is perfect, and this will be a 14, I think. Yep, I think. Yep, number 14 and number 18 reversed inverted torques. Hopla. Always handy to have some adapters. As this is a 3/8 socket, and the impact gun is a 1/2 inch. Maybe, yeah, right. Maybe an extension. Alrighty. 1, 2. And the engine is on the jack, as you can see. The bolts are still in there, so we can double check our position, and that's not a bad idea. Make sure the jack is under the pan, so the weight is resting on the jack. Yep, supported and nice, good to go. Don't be afraid, it cannot move. As the other engine mount is still attached, of course. And the one on the back also. Yep, looking pretty good. So, I like to put my bolts from left to right. Always handy to find them again. And I will lay them over here because this weather strip is a bit loose. Alrighty, now. Yep, let's take the other ones off. Yepla. Always handy to have an impact gun when you have rusty problems. So pay attention to the air conditioning line. If you need to move it a bit. I think we can do it just like this, no problem. Yep, barely scratched it. Alright, engine mount can sit over here for the time being, or over here, whatever. Alrighty, now other piece of the mount is part of the cover, so we need some 16s, I think, socket number 16, and we're gonna loosen up the plastic thing too. That's number 10 in there. And looks like in the back number 10 also. Alrighty. The long socket, number 10. The Milwaukee again. These two. Oh, doesn't come out. Alright, no problem. These tools sure make life a little bit easier if you work on cars or mechanical stuff at least. Alright, this is oh, there's one over here. Alright, can I? No, it's the long one. Yep. Bam. And the second bolt. Up. Alright, let's take it off, shall we? And we need to unclip this bad boy, so it seems. Yep. We can do it two ways, and as this is already open, I'm gonna choose to do it like this. Alright, and I think, yeah, it's stuck behind the engine, the second part of the engine mount. So let's take some 16ths. At least let's see if it's 16. I think so. Nope, wrong again. Damn it. 15. Oh yeah, it's a 15. All right, so yeah, number 15, probably 3 bolts. All right, we need the sockets for this job. Number 15, and I will go for this bad boy. Aha, this is the extra long version. Nice. Pretty tight, but no match for my my stakes. Just had stakes, so pretty fucking strong. Yeah. All right, so need an extension. Will this do the job? Yep, it will. And probably somewhere underneath, yeah, one over there. Is there a fourth one? I cannot feel a fourth one, but there is a third one right over there. Let's try to get it off. Oh. Ah, it goes on. Yes, we don't have a lot of room here, so to break it loose. Yep, I'm gonna pull the engine a little bit forwards, and there we go. So this is the ease of this method of working with the jack. You can wiggle the engine a little bit more liberally. All right, now let's stop playing around and use our handy friend here. Yep, don't get your tool stuck. Yeah, this is loose, so it's a good one. Yeah, there's a fourth bolt somewhere. It's still tight. Probably behind the other cover. Alright. Yep. Alright, all the same sizes. Always check for the same size because okay, it's not we should be able to lift this off. I'm gonna undo this bad boy, the connector here for the camshaft sensor. Seems like I have to pull it back, the yellow port, and then we can press in the black part. There we go. Alrighty. We should be able to lift this up because this is meant to be able to check on the timing belt. It's a little bit tricky. One could say it's a bit tricky. Tja. So everything is clear. Maybe the cable is pretty stuck in there. Yeah, it is. And it still isn't moving. Yeah, we can see the timing belt. It's pretty old. You can check it like this. Yeah, it's shiny. It's yeah, has to come off obviously. And this cable is running down all the way down. But it's still stuck over here, so yep, I'll figure it out. Taking off the bottom part, and over here we can clearly see there's a fourth bolt on the second part of the engine mount, and the fourth bolt is living just beside next to the third bolt on the left side. So yep, no problem. Looks like the plastics can't come off without the engine mounts completely removed. So yep, let's get the fourth bolt out and continue. Oh man. Wait. A little bit more over here. Yep, this will be easier, I think. Yep. Oh, pretty tight. Well, it's the Loctite. It's giving us extra dinges. Difficult times. Hopla. I hate Loctite. It's so often used for nothing. All right, so yeah, the Milwaukee will won't be able to. Yeah, I'm not into getting my tool stuck in there, so we need to do it with this bad boy. No problem. So I would recommend taking this bolt out first and then the most easy ones after. So let's lay it over here. Always clean up your tools, of course. 15 to 10, hopla. Nice. And here we have the second part of the engine mount, the bracket. Now, can we remove? Oh yeah. Now we can remove it. Weird. Oh man, this is really tight in there. Okay. Let's get a screwdriver and spread her a bit. Yeah, bigger one. Yep, that's more like it. So if you spread it, we can get it. The cable out without pulling on it too much. Yep, there we go. Nice. So the upper parts has to go on before we install the mounts, and then the lower parts. Yep. Same thing. Spreader. And maybe we should take off the connector first before we wiggle too much on the cable. Yep. So oil pressure sensor is in here, and yeah, same thing here. Yellow piece has to come forwards, and then we can press on this tab. Yep. Let's not break it. Yep, just like this. Poof, that's the crankshaft sensor, and now we have the oil pressure sensor. I think it's just yeah, you have to pull up the tab a little bit and it will come out. Just pull this a little bit up, not too much because it's really shady plastic, I'd say. All right, and then the cable comes out almost. We will help it a bit. Yep. Yep, voilà. Mais oui, c'est ça, mais oui. Qu'est-ce que je dis, hein? Voilà. The bottom part comes out. Let's lay it on the heap. And yeah, pretty nice. We have a clear vision of the timing belt. We can check out the tension, still in good nick. But as you can see, maybe we'll get a light. Oh yeah, you can clearly see. Yeah, there are cracks in there everywhere. It's really shiny. It's old. It has to come off. So now we will we'll take off the alternator belt, and now we can check out if the tensioner is still doing its job, and it is. It's even it's pretty good. Perfect. So I think we'll need a number 12, 13 wrench, something like that. Yeah, this will be number 13. And when we push down, we can take off the alternator belt. Always make a drawing how the belt goes on. So we have the airco AC compressor right here. Then in the back, servo. No, the alternator. Sorry, the tensioner, And then the crankshaft pulley. Yep. Sorry, power steering is electrical, I think. Yep. So we took off the belt. Nice and easy. Easy cheesy. Hopla. It's still in good nick. It's a new one. I think I put it on a couple of years ago. Alright. And now we can rotate the crankshaft to the right until we have our timing in order. And there are remarks on the sprockets, and I'll show you in 1 second. So how to put the engine on time. Top dead center should be, you have a little notch here. You can feel it with your nail. You can see it perhaps on the video, barely. And you have a little notch on this part of the engine. Hard to see on this 1.2 liter, but I'll try to show it how to find it. Just rub your nail up and down over here, and you will feel it. It's a little notch, but it's clear to feel. It's just right on my fingernail, right there. So, and if you feel it, just check, and we are at top dead center. To be a little bit more precise, you could check with a small stick or something. Touch the notch and see that you're more or less balanced, and it is. So you can feel it, and it should be on the notch, more or less, something like this. And it seems that we have to turn it a little bit more, so let's do that. This is a 15mm socket. Oh, just a little bit more. Timing mark over here on the pulley is sitting, in my case, just to the right of the center. So we'll make some marks to be sure, and then we'll check again. So this is under the mark. Yep, something like this. We're getting close. Yep. We should be in the middle of the mark. A little bit higher still. And then we'll take the pulley off and see where we are at with the timing marks on the pulley. On the sprocket. I mean, sitting behind the pulley right now. Yep. Yep. It's a hard one. Such a small mark. It could be that I was wrong. So we have a let me check again. I think we're too far. So it's the stupid little mark over here. Yep. And we're above the mark a little bit. Let's check again. This is on the mark, drawing a line. Oh no, we could be right on it. So let's take off the pulley, 3 13mm bolts, and check again. We take off the pulley and move something. I just want to make some marks maybe right over here. Bam, that's clearly visible. And one on the crankshaft pulley, just to be sure. Oh, could take some paint or something, but I'm going with this red stift. And yeah, that's not so obvious, but I'll see it. I'll be able to tell the difference. Yep. We'll be able to tell the difference if it moves too much. So let's take off the pulley. Let's have a look. So over here nothing did move. Nope. Take off the 13 bolts with the impact gun, pretty easy. And now we can see we made our mark over there, the dots on the crankshaft sprocket. It's kind of in the center here, and there's a line over here, and the line should be even with this part sticking. It's a pretty weird timing mortgage here. So this should be even with this. So we have to turn a little bit back. But of course, that's because the belt is old and has stretched a little bit. So we need to turn this further just to make sure it's on time right here. So the valves are sitting on top of that center right now, but the crankshaft isn't. So we need to turn a little bit back, and that will be good to go. But the markings we made should be good, and our new belt will go on pretty easily. So right, we have no pressure on the bolts. That way you can tell you're pretty close to the top of that center. Now we turn the tensioner nut to the left, counterclockwise of course. So be careful not to damage anything. So we can it's yeah, it's no longer tight. So normally we can take our tool and turn it back a little bit. Don't loosen this too much because all the tension is on this little thing here. Look, and now we can remove the tension, as you can see. Now the belt is loose over here, and we can take it off. And remove the nuts a little bit more. There we go. There we go. So as you can see, the tension is still on here, and over here it's gone because we loosened the tensioner. So yep, Mr. Milwaukee, I need you. Yep, our tensioner nuts. The kit came without a new one. Pretty sad to see that. We can reuse this one, it's still in good nick, but yeah, seems like everyone is getting cheap. So now we can remove the tensioner as one. As you can see, it's still a little bit of play, but good nick. It's for the collection. And now we can take off the belt, and this should go without any effort at all. That's the engine sitting on top of the center. There we go. Compare to the new belt, of course, and this is looking quite good. There's directional new belt, so most of the time, if you can read this, this is how it should be put on when you see the engine in front of you. And as you can see, the dots are also lined up like that, so it should go on like this. Yep. This is one for the trophy cabin, and as you can see, it's ready to crack. Yeah, just in time. Pretty sturdy. You can feel the cracks. Yep. Good call, good call. And also something I noticed, this one has the teeth nice and rounded, and over here the teeth are flattened out. So things to look for when the belt wears down. So now it's time for the water pump. As you can see, it's spinning a bit like this. There's a shimmy in it, unbalanced. Yep. And I'll catch you for that. The crankshaft sensor, because the water will tumble on it, and I'll put something over this one, over the oil pressure sensor. Yep, now we can clean it off, perhaps. Yep. Sweet, yes. All right. Yep. Let's put something over this bad boy. Oh, no. Ah, damn it. Ah. All right. Look at it. Always handy to have some stuff laying around. These little caps. Could even put on this one too. Haha. Extra protection. You never know when it's gonna happen. Yep. Looking pretty good. Yep. Yep. All right. Water pump off. Where's the Milwaukee? There it is. All right. These bad boys go on with a tightening torque of 9 Newton meters. I repeat, when you tighten the water pump, 9 Newton meters. There you go. Lay them down over there. Honey, wanna lay you down. Down to Brown Town, yeah. Sweets, all the same size. And nice. One is a nut. All right, and just to make sure we didn't miss any, check out the new water pump. 4 holes. She likes it in 4. No. Okay, so take off the water pump, and I like to wiggle it. Yeah. Wiggle, wiggle. Is there a point? Yep, there is one. Wait, I'll show you. There's always a point where you can stick your screwdriver in and pry it out. As you can see, it's right over here behind this part, or over there. You could stick in screwdriver over there. Yeah. All right. So this is what we're looking at. Yep. Like this. I believe, yeah. So we have some points over here and some points over here where we can wiggle it out. All right, let's do that. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, drippings. So this is a good point. Take something like this, stick it in here, and just be careful because there's a threaded thing here. So just stick it in there and wiggle, 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 and start to drip. So there's a good point over here as well. Same tool. This is a tire. She's squirting already. All right, she's gonna fly off. Gonna take out the last bolt. Don't wanna force it. And let's wiggle a little bit more. Maybe we can already put it by hand. Yeah, she's ready. Almost ready. Yep, exciting stuff. Yeah, it's it's a pain in the ass seal. Yeah, we'll have to do it with sealant. I hate it. But, no point over here to pry, except for here, but you have to watch out for the threads, of course. All right. Once again, be patient. And she's falling, almost falling. Just wiggle it, it will come out eventually. You wiggle it, you can insert a small pry thing, and there you go. She's loose. All right, now we'll have to figure out how not to wet the floor, and then we'll come back. Yeah, figured out a good spot. Drain the coolant. You could drain it, of course, from the coolant hole on the engine block. I don't know where it is, but I like to do it like this. We'll clean it up afterwards, and hey, no problem. Fast work, easy. So it's out, as you can see. We need to fill up these lines here with some sealant, and clean up the part on the engine with some Scotch Brite. Let's get it off. All the rubber stuff. First scrape it off with a little shaving knife, and then we'll use some 3M Scotch Brite racks for aluminum stuff. Oh shit, forgot to put up music. Keep on cleaning till it's all shiny and new. Almost. After approximately 3/4 of an hour of rubbing, we're almost there. But as you can see, it's pretty clean already. Yep. One last scrub, and then we'll do it. Pay attention on this threaded thing here. It goes in like this. So over here you have to also clean this with brake cleaner before you apply the sealant. RTV, that's the correct abbreviation. You apply the sealant on this little line here, and you can go. You can skip this one, and the rest you have to follow the line. You see, so the sealant is applied on the outsides, and over here on the inside. You can also do the outside, but yeah, on the inside is good. It's a weird water pump, weird shape to apply the sealant. I would have guessed you do it on this part over here, but yeah, maybe that's too dangerous. Maybe that's a barrier to not get the sealant in contact with the pump as it's turning just beside it, beneath it. Yep. So let's continue. We'll give the one last scrub, and it should look pretty much like this, all clean and shiny. And then you clean it off with brake cleaner, and then we continue. Clean your water pump bolts. Use the vice grip, it's better. And all the RTV has to be gone, because you need to tighten these bad boys to 9 Newton meter. Yeah, that will do it. Oh, would you look at that? For this I use the Loctite water and glycol resistant quick gasket. Good stuff. If it's stuck, take off the thing here with a screwdriver, clean it a bit out, and on the table you can press it until it comes out again. Keeps good for years. So let's get this bad boy on, and like this. Like this and like this. Okay, you have only one shot at the title. Alright, so let's ooh. Shit. This is not the easiest one, I have to admit, as I have Loctite on my hands already. Alright. Still good, we're still good to go. Let's find the hole, and we should be right about there. Let's check it out again. Sealant is still okay. All right. Yep. All right. I will put in 1 or 2 bolts to aim a little bit better. Yeah, okay, what the fuck? What's going on here? Yep. 1 second. Quick fix, filled the holes just to get the trench completely filled with Loctite with sealant, because it's too weird not to fill the gap. The gap is made for the sealant, so yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. as experience tells me this is the good way to go. And so I was wrong. We have to watch for the SKF sign, so it has to go on like this with the thick sides to the right. Yeah, it's been a long day, so forgive me. Alright, this will be better, I think. Now we can, yep. We can get it on. Pretty good. Right, let's put in a bolt over here. And let it go in. Yep. It will go in. Okay, let's put all the bolts in, see where we're at, and then tighten them in the cross pattern to 9 Newton meters. I found one manual that says 10 Newton meters, also from SKF. So it's a bit weird what's happening these days with the part suppliers not doing their job. Kind of weird. But these bolts look fine to me. Oh, there we go. And I think I'm gonna go with the 9 Newton meter thing, as this is what's in my kit, in the manual, with the QR codes. Yeah, let's do it. It's our nice laser tool, laser 3451, for the finer stuff. So 9 is marked right over there. You know what? We're gonna give it 9 and a little bit more, 9.5. 10 millimeter. Yep, long sockets over here. Alrighty. So first turn them in by hand, of course. Kind of a delicate job. You have to let this rest when it's tightened. It's tightened down. You have to let it rest for 1 hour. That's what SKF says, and that's also what's on the Loctite bottle. Of course, follow what's on the bottle of your sealants as well. And then choose the longest waiting period, just to be sure. Yep. So 9 Newton meters. I like to get them hand tied first, also in a cross pattern. I've never had a water pump leak, so I know what I'm doing. Trust me, it will be good. Yep. So, are we all settled? Yep. Yep, they're hand tight. So, now we can tighten them down. 9 Newton meters, 0.5 I've chosen. That's it for top left. Bottom right. Top right, see, it's not a lot. So you have to let it rest, you cannot put the belt on. So we're gonna check them. Just go in a clockwise pattern now. Yep. Always double check it, of course. The sealant has been distributed, so for the check we can just go in a clock pattern and super double check. Voila. So now we wait for 1 hour and then we come back to put on the belt and the rest. So, we waited an hour for the sealant to dry of the water pump. Now before we continue, we're gonna clean everything off with brake cleaner and spray it off with shop air, and then we're gonna put on the tensioner. And when you put on the belt, just wanted to explain, we need to tighten this bad boy all the way up to here, so double this distance to here, more or less. Then we turn the engine 2 times and then we bring the tension back until the gaps align. Alright, let's get going. Some lines on here. Should be 2 lines on there, but okay, there are 3. I'm gonna use the yellow lines, and it seems to me that it will go on like this. So 1 line should be on the timing mark of the crankshaft, and the other one should be on the camshaft. So just put on the belt, started from forgot to film it, sorry. Start from the crankshaft, hold it just besides this point, after this point, hold the belt, a little bit of tension on it. Then you put it on the water pump, and the water pump rotates free, so you can pull it a bit, and then with some nice stress, this is the stress you should have on there, look, pretty tight. Put on the teats here, and then you can shove it over the tensioner with these. As you can see, no tension over there. Now we're gonna put the tension on there and do as I said, double the distance above the gap, and tighten the nuts back off a little bit so it can still move. Then put your special tool in there, in 2 little holes, and luckily I'm lucky that I've made the decision to buy it, because it's pretty tight around the nut, as you can see here. It would be a pain in the ass elsewise. So now we tighten it until we have the correct tension on there, double tension. Then we rotate the engine twice, and yeah, take a little mirror. Can you see it? Yes, you can. All right. So this is the correct tension we should have, but the book says tighten it further until it doesn't move anymore, and then you tighten down the nuts. With the tool on, it's only possible with a wrench. Alright, so 28 Newton meters. Look, it's pretty hard to do it even with a special tool. We're still at good tension, so I'm gonna take my wrench and 28 Newton meters. Oh, I'm gonna take just 25, as it goes to 25, and then do the rest afterwards. You can see with the special tool on, I cannot put my socket over the nut. So what happens when you tighten it without the special tool? The tensioner will move quite a bit, as you can see. $25 is a lot for this little thing here. I'm gonna do it to 20 because we have to rotate and then loosen it again. Don't want to stress the bolt too much, the nuts, and yep, 20. All right, look, what do we have here? It's still above normal tension, so it should be good. Let's rotate the engine and then check again. As you can see, the yellow marks on the SKF belt are lined up perfectly. Here's the other one. So use the yellow ones. Don't know what the other one is doing, but maybe for the little dot on the crankshaft. Yeah. No, it's over here. It's on a little indication here. No, whatever. It's one too much, one too many. All right, let's do that. Exciting. The bolt will roll to the middle of the sprockets. Everything is good and aligned. So 2 times. That means the mark on the camshaft has to pass the mark over here 2 times. And then we can adjust the tension on the tensioner. All right. Yep, we're getting there. Luckily I put a mark over there. So let's check it out. That's almost like it. A little bit more. Yep. That's it. Still aligned. Still aligned. Still aligned. Nice. Timing is a little bit tighter, I would say. And this bad boy over here is pointing to the edge of this little thing still, so everything is good. The belt is running nice in the middle of the sprocket, everywhere, so it seems. This one a little bit more to the end, but it's normal because, as you can see, the other belt was also running right about there. All right, now let's take a look at our tension, and we need to tighten it even a little bit more. It's almost perfect. So yeah, need to untighten the bolt, give it a little bit more, and then tighten it again. And let's hope for the best. Loosen it a little bit so it's still tight. And now just a little bit too much. Yep, and let's try to tighten it again at 20 Newton meters. We'll first tighten it by hand, and the last part will be with the torque wrench. Yeah, it's really a pain in the ass, this one. Alright, let's give it a quick peek. Alright. This is at 20 something, but I have a feeling the tensioner will move. Yeah, this is a really bad engineering thing. You buy the special tools and then this happens. Why would you put it so close to the nut? Really, well, what a dumb move. Let me try another wrench. The long one. I have a long 13. Maybe this one will do better. Oh man, let's check it. Yeah, so let's try to get it to 25. It should be 28, but I'm not buying that shit. I broke it off once. Let's take off the wrench before we do some accidents. Look, I cannot tighten it without holding it down, but this is what, now the tension is perfect right now. So I have to figure something out, how to hold it with this special tool and not interfere with yeah, with this little part. But if I grind it down, it will be broken, I think. It's no, it's a dumbass tool. You cannot do anything with it. What kind of a dumb move is this, Fiat? Just put a dot of Loctite on there. We got it. Yeah, close enough. Almost perfect, but no cigar. But this will do. This is a good tension on the belt. So yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's all the same. So this is a really stupid system. I managed to grind the special tool down. Of course I cannot grind it further because else the pins would fly out. Yeah, this is a really bad design. I managed to get it maximum tight with normal wrench, and then this should provide a better nut. I don't have one, so I'm stuck with this one. I have to reuse it. So get it as tight as you can with the hand tool, the normal wrench, whatever, and then use the torque wrench to get it down to 25. I used 25, and then I found myself having the marks almost perfectly aligned, but yeah, a little bit off, but not too much. The gaps are meeting, so I'm fine with that. It's new belt, it will be okay. And let's put everything back together, but I'm sure you'll figure that out yourself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to put the crankshaft sensor back on and to plug in all the connectors and stuff. Just the same as the removal, but then the installation, of course. Have a good one. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a better day than I do. Fuck you, Fiat.